Hello, welcome to LearnSigns.com Lesson 27. In the last couple of lessons, we've talked about prepositions. In this lesson, I want to talk about giving directions, and those kind of go hand in hand. Many of the prepositions that you've already learned will help you in giving directions. Now, there's a couple of other signs that you're going to want to know for giving directions. First of all, it's going to be your compass points. North, south, east, and west. Now, when you're talking about the compass and giving directions in general, you're going to give it from your perspective. If you're the one giving the directions, then you talk from your perspective. We call this the signer's perspective in directions. So pretend that you're looking at a map, and the top of the map is north, and then south is the bottom of the map. East is the right side of the map, and west is the left side of the map. When you use the directions like that, north and south are very simple. Which side is east? Which side is west? Is it my side, their side? East and west, again, you should do it from your perspective. So west would be to your left, and east would be to your right. However, that is not as critical. For example, if I said, imagine that you were in Kenya and you wanted to go to the east side of the country. Well, I could do east side, and that would be the opposite of what I just said, the east side. But from then on, I need to keep east one direction and west the other direction. The idea that you're saying east and west should clarify where you mean. So it's not as critical to keep those necessarily straight, but within that conversation it needs to stay consistent on your east and west. So north, south, east, and west. Now you have beside. You can do beside. You're showing the object here, and you're set off a side of it. In front of, or after, this is probably better to say after, and then before. So I'm the signer, I'm the one talking about going to a place. You see the tall bank building? Where you're going is after the tall bank, or before the bank. And this is beside. Now, in front of, you can do it this way. In front of, you're showing in the presence of is really the sign there, but it could mean before. Before as in front of, not before as in before you get to the building. And then you have behind or back, the back side of something, or you can do behind like this. You have your stationary object, and you're going to go behind it. Or you go past it. You go past the tall bank building. So those are some other signs that you'll want to know when you give directions. Now, when you do give directions, let's say two different scenarios. One is that we're physically in the location that we're talking about. I can tell you to go over there and turn left. That's pretty simple. So if you're in the physical location, then look for really just showing the person with your signs. You have right and left. You can do both of them with your right hand or both of them with your left hand. You do left and right. But again, if I'm going to tell you to go out that door over there and turn left, then it's going to be from my perspective. Even if you're standing here looking at me, this direction, it's still going to be to my left as I'm giving you directions. So always think about that. Think of it from your perspective, the one that's giving the directions. So that if you were the one walking there, and your friend then later is going to walk there, then you're giving it from the perspective they would need to know as they walk there or drive there. Now, if you're not physically in the location, for example, it's going to be someplace downtown, way over there, then what you want to do is start with a known location, a common landmark, and ask the person, okay, do you know where this store is or where this building is? And then start from there giving your directions. And then you would say you go up past the tall bank, You know where that is? You go past that. You're going to go past 1 block, 2 blocks. So you've got side streets here. You're going to go 1, 2 blocks. And you turn right. Turn right and go over there. So you can do turn right like this, or you can do it with your classifier, with your car. You turn right or you turn left. And then you can also say go straight. Go straight. So the big thing about giving directions in sign language, and this seems to be confusing for a lot of people, and that is you'll always give directions from your perspective, the one that is giving the signs, the one that's giving the directions. It's called signer's perspective, so give it from the signer's perspective. And then just use your signs like your prepositions that you've learned in the last couple of lessons, the ones that I've given you in this lesson, to give your description on how to get somewhere. If you're physically in the location, then you show from here how to get there. If you are talking about some location that's distant, then you find a common landmark and then you work from there to get there. If you have any questions, if this doesn't make sense or you have other questions, then leave a comment on the website, learnsigns.com, and this is lesson 27, so you can go to learnsigns.com/27 to get to this lesson. Leave a comment there, or you can write me, david@learnsigns.com, and I'll be glad to answer any questions that I can for you. Thank you for watching.